What is going on YouTube? It is your boy, Sir Jorge the Great, bringing you round 1 of the playoff for the APM Juniors Division. For round 1, we are facing Ellan and their Elite Cinderace. We faced them off week 3, I believe, in the regular season, and we came up on top. I'm not going to have a team builder for playoffs because I have the APA and MCP starting soon. So if you guys didn't know, I was in that. Congratulations, now you know. So in terms of the battle and preparations, I made a few tweaks to the team overall. I like the team overall. So I think the only change I made was like Arcanine. I made him choice banded, 4-type choice banded Arcanine, and I just did a few items on our Pokemon. But overall, if we looked at our replay, and if you want to look at our week 2 match, there should be a card up there if I'm pointing up to the right corner. And so you can sort of see where I feel like the team was weak and where the team was strong. But I feel like the way we played that week was really well, and I think the team that was put up there was very successful in what it was supposed to do. So I really liked it, so I really didn't feel like there much changes needed to be made. But yeah, so looking at the matchup right here, he pretty much brought the same 4 as last time. I think he just didn't bring the Ditto and the... looking over there, you can and the Grimmsnarl. So you can also, by the way, if you look to my left, you can see the matchups. He does have the Hawlucha, Jirachi, Savali, Runamo, Toxicity, Grimmsnarl, Golurk, Ditto, and Golisopod. Overall, I honestly expected at least some like Hawlucha to come at the very least, and Savali. They're really good, as well as Orotomo. As you can see, he has 2 electric types Pokemon that we know of so far. Spoiler alert, he does bring Electric Savali, which makes a lot of sense because we are a rain team, and we really don't have the best answers to electric type Pokemon aside from like maybe like a bulky Galarian Rapidash and bulky Arcanine, for like defensive responses anyways. But anyways, looking at his team right here, he really doesn't have like a good switch in for a choice banded Flare Blitz at all from our Arcanine. That's exactly who we're gonna lead off with. So we led off with Arcanine as he leads off with the Toxicity Tree, and I was looking at the calcs, and as long as he was not bulky, we always killed. As long as there was like no HP investment, it was a guaranteed kill from our range. And I think he was like, expecting us to be like, special set or whatever. Well, Flipper just obliterated exactly what we go for, and we knock out the Toxicity Tree round 1. And so here I was like, who could he switch into? And the only possibility would be going into either Hawlucha or Golisopod, and either of them did not appreciate a choice banded Flare Blitz at all. So I decide, so he actually does go into Golisopod. First impression doesn't knock me out. We definitely outspeed because we are max speed, Jolly. I think he was trying to bank on the fact that he might live the hit, but with our calculations, I think even bulky Golisopod was always took at least 50% from Flare Blitz, and so it would trigger his emergency exit. That's exactly what we shoot for, so we're going to stay in, click Flare Blitz, we do about 60% to him, and we're going to trigger his emergency exit as he goes into Hawlucha. I feel like Arcanine has some viability, so I decided to switch out like a close combat, or maybe a Brave Bird, most likely close combat to trigger his Unburden ability, but it seemed like it was a little too early for that. So I switch out and go into Galarian Rapidash, pretty middle play, as he goes for Stone Edge. We can chew that pretty well. Surprisingly, this told us that he was a Jolly set, max attack, max speed, Jolly, and we were able to live like a close combat, another Stone Edge, luckily. And here I sort of like, I wasn't too sure. I was expecting him to go into like his Jirachi maybe. I was like, 50-50. I decided to go for Psychic this turn. Really, I legit like flipped the coin. I don't know if you can tell what that is. Yeah, that is definitely Easter Eggy coin I got from a family friend, not a friend. It's my best friend's little brother. He got me Alone in the Good like starter deck, and the coin came in it, and I absolutely love it. So whenever I have 50-50s, I'm gonna be flipping that coin to determine what I'll do. But anyways, so I decided to go for a Psychic here. It's a middle ground play. If Jirachi does come, we just switch out and go to Arcanine or even Shizaki. So we decided to switch in as he goes for the Brave Bird, knocking Airy out. I honestly wasn't that like detrimental to it because Airy-chan was honestly our weakest link in this matchup. She really didn't have that much of a good matchup besides maybe the Hawlucha. So you can see Hawlucha killed us. So that wasn't much of a drawback. Maybe depending on what type of all he was, that determined the necessity of Airy-chan. But overall, we just didn't need her. Here I decided to go into Pelipper because we live the Stone Edge based on the calculations since he isn't choice banded, you know. And we basically get a free Surf off, free Hurricane off. So that's exactly what we do. We just go for like the Hurricane, I believe, this turn. As he goes into Jirachi, yeah, we go for Hurricane. We get the Confusion, which is very nice. And here I decide just to double into Shiozaki. Very, very middle ground play. He really can't do much to us because we are in the rain and we're pretty max bulky. We do get the Confusion, which I don't think played too much into consideration, because he's going to go for a move, but he's unfortunately going to hit himself in Confusion, as you can see right now. Here I decide just to go for rocks, you know, get some chip damage. Golisopod is at 38%, so when he does switch in, he's going to be at around like 12%, which is so much easier to deal with than, you know, him being nearly at 40%. It's nice chip on the Rotom, it's nice chip on the Savali, whatever type it may be, and it's nice chip on the Hawlucha. So I decide just to stay in with Shiozaki. And this next turn we do trade rocks, which I honestly didn't care for, because Verskuda, you know, pretty much was a pretty good Pokemon here. Rango was dry skin, so we were always going to recover health. And Arcanine, you know, just Arcanine, were choice banded. So here's going to go into Rotom-O. I think here I go for the knockoff. Yeah, we click knockoff, and it just tells us that 24% he was pretty much max HP. Whether he was max special attacks, max speed, didn't really matter. We just know he was max HP. I think I stay in here, just like last time. You know, Rotom-O really can't do much to us, so we just stay in and go for the Gyro Ball, get some chip damage on this thing, and see what he wants to do. We remove his leftovers. He's gonna go for the Volt Switch, as I do click Gyro Ball this turn, and goes into his Hawlucha, which blew my mind because guess what? This thing just died. It was a middle roll, so it was like a 50% chance of us killing on this this range, and so we knock out the Hawlucha, which is great. Oh, guess I'm out of coffee. So we knock out the Hawlucha, which is fantastic because that's one of his bigger threats. And at this point, it isn't really looking good for our opponent. Shiozaki, just a monster. Shiozaki getting a kill this game. He's gonna go into Savali Electric here. I just had to click Leaf Seed. It's a very zero downside play. We're gonna get some recovery because we do need it. And since he just clicked Sword Dance, that tells me that he's physical, and we are Rocky Helmet, Iron Barb. So Savali is really gonna take a lot of damage if he just decided to attack us. On this turn, he just goes for the Flame Charge. It's about 36%. We are in the range, so it's gonna half that damage, which is amazing. So now you see the chip going had to happen. He loses health to Iron Barbs, then Rocky Helmet, and then he'll lose more health because we click Gyro Ball, and then we gain health back from Leech Seed, which is fantastic. He's gonna go for a multi attack because that's pretty much like a Dare's onside play. Flame Charge did just about as much, and you know, if I decided to switch out, something was going to die. So you know, I understand that play completely. So Shiozaki is gonna get her second kill of the game, which is fantastic. He's gonna go into his Rotom-O. I think here I decided to go for another knockoff. As he clicks Defog, what did I do? I go for Gyro Ball just for chip damage, because this was doing the same thing as like a knockoff with items, so it didn't really matter. He's gonna go to Jirachi. I think here I decided to go for Roxia. You can see he's gonna go for the Zen Headbutt. I think here I just go for knockoff. You know, him going for Zen Headbutt means that again we're pretty in a good position to win. He's gonna go for Zen Headbutt. That's a 0, and he's just taking chip damage all the way. He does get the flinch, which is very unfortunate, but again, this is not a good position for him at all. Because he's going to have to kill his own Jirachi to knock us out, which is great. So Zen Headbutt again comes off, Iron Barbs, Rocky Helmet. We go for the knockoff here, we do knock him out, so Shiozaki now is at 3 kills, which is great. He's going to go into his Rotom-O, and I think we just had to click for Gyro Ball again, as we do live the hit, and then Golisopod is going to come in, and barely live at 4%. So here I just decide to stay in, you know, again, if he goes for a physical hit, he's going to die. So he does go for the first impression. We do kill him with Iron Barbs. So Shiozaki is now with 4 kills, 2 direct and 2 indirect, which is amazing. And then now all he has left is Rotom-O against the wall, and Rotom-O is just basically dead at this point. Yep, you can see he's at 4%. We just decided to give the kill to Arcandago. I feel like he deserved the kill, to be honest. He got the initial kill. I thought it would be best for him to get the final kill. So yeah, we're gonna go into Arcanine here and just click Flare Blitz. You know, we could have gotten shown the tech, but I just feel like I don't want to reveal all of our moves just yet. You know, because again, this is playoffs, and I really do want to do well. But yeah, we're gonna win round 1 of playoffs pretty well, in my opinion. Our opponent just did not have the best of answers to our Shiozaki at all, and it really did show. And I honestly was very happy with the team. I think our first round of plays were really well. Us knocking out The Toxicity Tree round 1 was huge because that's another electric type that was dead. And then Hawlucha dying mid-game really early on was also really good for us. Rango and Barraskewda did not have to hit the field at all. We didn't have to show their tech at all. And yeah, very happy with this first round playoffs. Next we play off we played Rimaxo, who we played week 1 with the bulk up Corviknight. And I'm actually very excited to be playing him again because I think now with our updated team we have a better chance of winning, in my opinion. It's still going to be like a 50-50, you know, who decides who moves on to the final round. Really hoping it's us, but also, you know, it's gonna be a fun game. I definitely know it's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a very intense game, a very good rematch for him. I know he wants to get that W. He wants to get revenge from week 1. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, then please by all means hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here. You do know me as Circle to Critique Rate. Make sure you are pronouncing the word of Ellan, and we will catch you guys for the semifinals of the APM Juniors Division. See you then. Bye-bye.